Hello investors, good evening. Today we are going to discuss SBI Magnum Constant Maturity Fund. But before we start this video, let me introduce myself. I am MD Imtiaz Alam, an AMFI registered mutual fund distributor and an IRDAI licensed insurance advisor. So whatever help you need regarding any mutual fund investments or any insurance, let's say it may be car insurance, two-wheeler insurance or any other type of insurance, health insurance, then you can contact me in the given number or the email ID that is given in the description box. So we are discussing SBI Magnum Constant Maturity Fund. It is a medium to long term capital appreciation fund and it is suitable for long term. So what is the meaning of long term here? It is 3+ years. So you need to go a minimum of 3 years or more than that. If we talk about the minimum lump sum initial amount, that is rupees 5,000, and if we talk about minimum SIP amount, that if you want to invest, let's say in a constant duration, or let's say every month, every year, every week or every day, in that case it is minimum 500 rupees. The age of this fund is 24 years. If we talk about the returns since inception, so before 24 years when the fund was started and till date, the average return is 7.76%. If we talk about the risk rating, it is moderately risky. If we talk about the AUM or assets under management, it is rupees 1852.8 crores and the NAV as of today is rupees 64.328. One day change of this NAV is 0.19%. So if let's say you had been invested in this fund and whatever that value you had in this fund before yesterday, so today it will be 0.19% more. So let's see what are the details of this fund. We have clicked on view funds. So we are talking about SBI Magnum Constant Maturity Fund. It is a debt fund and also an open-ended fund. In this series or from the last 3-4 videos, we are talking about debt sector. After the debt, we will go to equity, and after that we will see whatever other types of funds are there. We will go on and on. So if we talk about the scheme objective of this scheme to provide returns to the investors generated through investments predominantly in government securities issued by the central government and or the state government, such that the average maturity of the portfolio is around 10 years. So what does it mean, or what is the objective of this fund? So whatever the amount you invest in this fund, all the money is invested in government securities or government securities. It may be central government or state government securities, and the average maturity of this fund is 10 years. So within 10 years, your money will be double or something close to that. If we see the returns from the last 1 year, so it is 7.01%. From the last 3 years, you got around, you would get, if you had been invested, you would get 7.38%, and from the last 5 years, average return is 5.72%. Launch date of this fund is 31st December 2000, and the benchmark is ACC index, and the additional benchmark is CRISIL 10-year gilt index. Expense ratio is 0.63% and the exit load is nil, so there is no exit load at all. The minimum investment criteria we have already talked about it, and if we see the risk-o-meter of this fund, so the benchmark is moderate and the risk-o-meter of this fund is in line with the benchmark, that is also moderate. Now let's see what is the overview of this fund. We have already talked about the investment objective, and the investment strategy of this fund is investment in central and or state government securities are considered to be free of credit risk. However, the aim of the portfolio will be to make capital gains by actively managing interest rate risk. So generally we all think that government securities, maybe it could be central or state government securities, we all consider it free from credit risk, that your money will not be zero. But what this fund does, it actively manages and protects the interest rate risk of this fund. So what does that mean? So let's say if it is saying that you will get 7% return, then the fund tries to provide you 7% return. Not that it is saying you will even provide 7% return and you are getting 5% return. It does not happen like that. So the aim of this fund is to provide you good interest rate. So who is the fund manager of this fund? The fund manager is Mr. Tejas Soman. Now let me introduce Mr. Tejas Soman. Mr. Tejas Soman joined SBI Funds Management (SBI FM) in February 2020 in the fixed income team as a dealer and currently has fund management responsibilities. He has over 8 years of experience in financial services sector prior to joining SBI FM. So meaning before joining SBI FM, he has been associated with Yes Bank Limited. He was a part of Yes Bank, STCI Primary Dealership and PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC. Tejas has done a postgraduate in securities market from NISM and a Bachelor of Commerce from University of Mumbai. So he has a good pedigree regarding finance. Managing this fund since December 2023. Now we will see the portfolio breakup of this fund. So how is this fund investing in different categories? So if we see here, if we see the amount that is invested with Government of India, central and state both, so 97.6% is invested with Government of India and only 2.4% is in cash or cash equivalents and others. So you may ask that why is that 2% in cash? So always when we are investing in mutual funds, your fund manager or whatever we always need to think that bad time can come or opportunity can come anytime. You need to always keep cash at your hand. So whenever you get opportunity, you invest that cash, you monetize that cash in the mutual fund industry or any other sector. Sector allocation we talked about. So 97.6 is with sovereign and 2.4% is in cash. Now we will talk about the performance of this fund, SBI Magnum Constant Maturity Fund. So in the last 1 year you got 7.01% return. The benchmark gave you a return of 7.99 and the additional benchmark gave you a return of 7.77. So it underperformed the benchmark and the additional benchmark. If we talk about 3 years, the fund gave an average return of 7.38%. The benchmark gave a return of 7.94 and the additional benchmark gave a return of 7.82. So again, the fund underperformed the benchmark. Now if we talk about the 5-year average returns, so the fund gave you a return of 5.72%. The benchmark gave you a return of 5.56% and the additional benchmark gave you a return of 5.51%. Now here we are talking that the fund has outperformed the benchmark and the additional benchmark. And if we talk about since inception, so whenever the first day of the investment or whenever the fund was launched, since that time, so the fund gave you a return of 7.76% and the benchmark gave a return of 7.40%. So there we can see that the fund has definitely outperformed the benchmark, not by a good margin but slightly. Now if we say that if let's say you had invested 10,000 rupees before a year in this fund, then you would have 10,701 rupees by today. If you had invested 10,000 rupees before 3 years, then you would have 12,385 rupees by today. If you had invested before 5 years, then your 10,000 would have become 13,206. And let's say if you had invested that money before 24 years or whenever the fund was started in the NFO, then your 10,000 would have become 63,189 rupees. 6 times your fund. So that was all for this fund. It is a good fund if you want to invest risk free. If you do not want to take high risk or let's say medium risk, you want that your money should be invested in government securities, then you could try and invest in this fund. I will give the direct investment link of this fund in the description box. Also, if you want my advisory as I am a mutual fund distributor, if you want to learn how to invest, if you want my help regarding how you should invest in this fund, I will do all the thing for you. I will do the KYC as well as I will create a portfolio for you and then you would be able to invest in this fund. Also, I will give you a mobile app for this fund that is customized by me, or you would have my logo and name in that app created by SBI. Then you could contact me in the given number, that is +91 73630 and my email ID is imtiazalamchakra@gmail.com. Both will be provided in the description box. You can contact me there and I will help you regarding this. So that's all for today. Hope to see you in the next video.